we wanted to do something that would inspire people.
Wow.
And then we realized that if we are to ever make any difference, then we needed a signature. Let me speak to the youth. I want to encourage the youth is whatever you have thought about doing, it doesn't have to be big. We want to remodify and redefine the way agriculture is done up north.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This is Northern Uganda to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so overwhelmed today. I've been hunting this guy for almost a month, but today finally I got him. So guess what? We have lots of chicken, guys.
Oh my goodness. Alright.
So let's meet the farm manager. Yeah, introduce yourself to the viewers.
Yes, I'm called Geoffrey Ochakachon. I am a procurement professional. But sometime last year, during the first onset of COVID, we picked interest in doing poultry. And our interest in poultry was informed by what we had at the time. I think we had a forest, and then we thought, how best could we put to use the forest that we have? And so the first thing that came to our mind was, how about we did poultry? But also we wanted to do poultry, but we wanted to do poultry in a different manner.
Wow.
Informed by the fact that the local birds grow so slowly and doesn't make financial sense, we decided, okay, how about we did the exotic breed, but we did the exotic breed in a local manner. Wow. Like the way ordinarily people would raise local chicken.
Yeah.
So we came up with a structure, and then in July we had our first stock.
July, yeah. That's when you started?
Yes, that's when we started.
Last year?
Last year during the lockdown, during the first lockdown, that's when we started.
All right.
And we started with about 400 birds, Sasso birds, which we got from Kamwenge. So during that lockdown, we drove to Kamwenge and came back with 400 birds. That was our first stock. Then a week after, we added 100 birds, and those 100 were locally sourced from Gulu.
From Gulu.
Yeah.
Who inspired you to do this big project? I call it big because looking behind me, it's really something great. Who inspired you to do this big project?
I think we wanted to do something that would inspire people.
Wow.
And then we realized that if we are to ever make any difference, then we needed a signature. We needed something that would speak to and encourage people. And that's why right from the onset, when we had started up, we thought we were just going to do about 200, 300 birds. But we looked at the economic bit of it. We realized it wouldn't make sense.
Wow.
We first started with a structure of 15 meters by 8. Then a month after we had started, when we stocked, we decided the structure was small, and then we expanded the structure to 25 by 8.
Wow.
And for us, it was informed by the fact that we were positioning ourselves as a center of excellence. We knew we were new in the game, but we wanted to be a source of inspirations, especially to the youth out there.
Wow.
So in concert with Tony, the proprietor of Gulu Country Dairy, who is a veterinary doctor, we thought, okay, chicken would be a good way to start, because Tony had always wanted to do Sasso.
Wow.
But along the way, when we started doing Sasso, we realized we needed to bring in other breeds. Because Sasso is uniform breed.
Wow, wow.
Yes.
Now, let us know of the cost of production. I see every time feeding, water bills, a lot. How large is the production cost?
We have tried to go in a sustainable way. First of all, we don't pay utility bills, because we ran the farm on a solar system.
Wow.
So when we were setting up, we decided we wanted something that was sustainable. So we set up a solar system that we used to run the farm. Then also we harvest rainwater.
Wow.
So you will realize that in terms of utility bills, water and power, that is kind of taken care of.
So inspirational. Yeah.
So on that front, we took care of that. Then our biggest expenses go in feeding. Because for you to be in position to break even, you need to sell the birds at a certain age. But also for you to be in position to sell the bird at that age, that means you need to feed the bird right. So we spend a good amount of money in buying concentrates, and when we started out, we would buy mixed feeds. But because of the market that we have, we experienced challenges with food poisoning. So we decided, no, we're going to mix our own feeds at
How long do they take if you use the food concentrates?
The birds tend to grow a bit faster, depending on which mode you have decided to raise them on. So what we do at the farm is, when we started out, we were bringing month-old chicks. Okay. We would bring month-old chicks into the farm, keep the birds in the house for another 1 month, what we call deep litter system. In the deep litter system is when the feed conversion would be high, and then after when the birds are 2 months, we release them out on a free range basis. Wow. And the reason we do that is we want to bring out birds that cannot be easily picked by the eagles, but also we want to bring out birds that have already built the body frame. Wow. So we ideally we do 2 months in the house, then the rest of the months they do it outside. Wow. So when it comes to the cost of feeding, like you had asked, we spend between 4. When we had about 2,500 birds, we were spending between 4 to 6 million shillings every month to feed them. Wow. But right now we are at a place where we are at only 1,300 birds out. Okay. So we spend about 3 million shillings to feed them. Wow. Now the beauty is that the cost, I put in so little now, because the birds now have started to meet their own cost through the laying of the eggs. Wow. What we do is we gather between 7 to 8 trays of eggs on a daily basis. Wow, and these are fertilized eggs. These are not the ordinary eggs which are sold out in the market. They are fertilized eggs. So they fetch a lot more than the ordinary eggs fetch. Wow. So on a weekly basis, we're looking between 52 to 49 trays of eggs, which are sold at 20,000 shillings.
So beautiful. Yes. Looking at the cost of production, how is the target market responding?
I think that we've had a slow response with the market, and simply because stemming from the fact that the appreciation of the breeds of the chicken that we do is a bit low in the market. The market prefers cheap, and the cheap alternatives are the broilers, which in my opinion, and part of the reasons I set up the farm was to try to push out the broilers chicken, which I feel in my opinion is not healthy. So that's why we went for this. We wanted something that would stand between the broilers and the slow grower local chicken. So we thought the Sasso, the Ken Bros, and the Croilers are the best fit for it. Wow. So the market has been a bit slow in appreciating, given the fact that our birds tend, in the eyes of the market, tends to be pricey.
But how do you reach the market? How do you reach the target market?
Now, one thing that we've tried not to do is to over-advertise ourselves. Okay. We have avoided the trap of over-advertising and failing to be in position to respond to the demand that you would have created. So what we do is we reach out to a few hotels and a few individuals, but most of our sales has a result of referrals. Wow. This person buys the birds and then they're okay with the product, and so they refer another persons and all that. And then also we've had institutions of learning that want a big number of birds at the same at a go, walk in and get the birds.
Have you ever tried to reach, organizers of functions?
In light that this whole project was birthed during the COVID period, we all appreciate that the fact that during the COVID period, organizations and events have been low key.
Yeah.
So that in a way has also affected our market. We had when we were starting out, we had envisaged that maybe we would be in position to supply these persons who are organizing weddings or organizing funerals, but that seems to be there seems to be a departure, or could I say it has been put on hold a bit. And that's why when you notice that at the farm, what we tend to have is we tend to have more of the hens than the cocks. Wow. And we're being very strategic in having more of the hens than the cocks because right now we are getting more eggs than we would, because ideally most people prefer the hens, but when we're selling, we're restricting the sale of the egg of the hens so that we can be in position to have more eggs to sustain us during this period until such a time when we can step up.
How long
our
does it
production.
take, like, to maybe stop laying? When they start?
When they start, just like the layers, when they start, at least it gives you eggs for about 18 months.
Beautiful.
And they start to lay at 5 to 6 months, depending on how on how you have raised them. So you will notice that in one of the rooms we have hens that are specifically isolated for purposes of laying, with a few cocks therein. Yeah.
You have some challenges.
Yes, we do. One of the issues we face are infections. Because we raise our chicken on a free range basis, so they are exposed to lots of things that cause about infections. And one of the things that we have learned doing this is that because we do it on a free range basis, the aspect of isolating a sick bird becomes very easy. So chances of infecting others are higher than in the cases where birds are raised on a deep litter system. So that's one. And then the other challenge that we also face is that I think what we have in the market, the efficacies of the drugs and the vaccines that we have in the market are really questionable, because at times you buy drugs to treat the birds, but the birds don't respond to the drugs, and it boils down to either how these drugs are handled, especially with vaccines. You will vaccinate a bird against Newcastle disease, but you will still experience Newcastle amongst the flock. And then the others is also the aspect of the market. It's hard for you who sells your bird at 35,000 shillings, because what we sell is we sell a product.
True.
We sell weight. Now you're selling a bird in the market, a bird which weighs between 2.8 to 4 kilograms. You have to compete with someone who is selling a bird of 1 kilogram. In the same market. The consumers, all they want is, I want chicken. They don't care about the weight of the chicken, and yet you and so that has been a bit of a challenge for us. But by and large, I think it's been a good sale.
That's true. Hopefully, the consumers will definitely hear your words. Yeah. Do you have any inspirational words you can maybe tell the viewers? Because I personally have been inspired when I just stepped in.
Especially, let me speak to the youth. I want to encourage the youth is whatever you have thought about doing, it doesn't have to be big. But I would also encourage people to get to do something you're passionate about. There is money all around us. We only need to learn how to put our gutters. And then once we learn how to put our gutters, put in the passion, I think you can always get whatever you are. If someone had asked me a year ago whether I would be a poultry farmer, I would think that they are crazy, because I was comfortable in the job I was doing. But right now I have left employment. Wow. And I'm spending time in the field. And so we have transitioned even from doing month-old chicks to now doing day-old chicks. Wow. So learning, be passionate about whatever you set out to do.
Beautiful. Do you have any future prospects?
Yes. When you look right behind us,
Yeah.
currently we were just doing croilers, sasos, and all that. But in the next 1 week, we should have a structure up,
Wow.
and then we will be doing the typical layers, and that the typical layer is to speak to the reality of the market, because we have noticed that the market is demanding for eggs from us. So we want to be farmers who are responsive to the demands of the market, and that's why we are going into layers. But also we are not abandoning this project, because our goal is to ensure that we have as much crossed breeds in the community as possible. So in the next 6 months we should be hatching from the farm and being in position to sell day-old chicks and sell month-old chicks. We want to be in position to sell from the smallest quantities possible, so that the farmer or a community member out there can be in position to access. But also we are here to demystify the narrative that the supposedly exotic breeds can't be raised on a free-range basis. We have noticed that these birds do very well on a free range than they would have done on a deep litter system.
That's beautiful. Do you have anybody supporting you in this project, or it's your pocket supporting the whole project?
No, it's our pocket supporting the project.
It's your
so far.
Your
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So in case someone wants to support you, they're welcome.
They're more than welcome to walk this journey with us.
Beautiful.
Because for us this is just a journey that has just started. We want to remodify and redefine the way agriculture is done up north, and for us that's the vision.
That's true.
And so we want to be in position to diversify and do many things, because when you're doing poultry, then you have the manure to do other things. That's why you see on the other side we're already having bananas plantations, and we're already selling our banana suckers to the community.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. Yes. So ladies and gentlemen, this is this. Catch us next time. This is Northern Uganda to the world. Blessings.